to hang the baby jumper right here. I'm gonna take that out and install the hook and all the accessories needed to hang the baby jumper out of that thing. If I do it there, then the baby's gonna have this whole central area to go in any direction he wants to go. And he's not gonna be tied to in one direction like door frame jumpers where you can go back and forth. You cannot go sideways and stuff. So that's the whole idea, and I'm gonna see how everything's gonna turn out, and I'll show you step by step how to install that. So let's get started. For this baby jumper, I decided to go with this XR saucer jumper, and this is what I will be using. It's made for a door frame jumper, but I just wanted to install it in the ceiling so that way the kid can have more room to play around, 360 view and 360 turning radius. So that's why I decided to go with this one and hang it to the ceiling. And I'll show you the what additional accessories I use for this installation. Okay, guys, for this installation I'm gonna be using this accessories. The first one I have is the spring link, which I got it from Home Depot. And then I have this 3 quick links, also from Home Depot. And then I got this swivel eye bolt snap from Home Depot as well. Also got the canopy cover plate to cover all this up once I finish the installation. This came from the Lowe's. And then I got the link chain to extend the length of the jumper. Also, I got this screw collar loop kit from Home Depot, which pretty much connects to the ceiling fan bracket, and it gives me a hook right here for me to attach all these accessories, and then chain, and then attach chain to the jumper itself. So these are the additional accessories I bought from either Home Depot's or Lowe's in order to finish this task. So let's get started on removing that light fixture, which is up there. So the first thing you want to do is make sure the breaker is turned off. And the easiest way to do this is by just turning the light on first and then go turn off the breaker, so that way you know for sure if light goes off, then you know for sure the breaker is off. So here's the light switch. I'm going to turn it on. So here's the light is turned on, and I'm going to keep it on and go turn off the breaker and verify the light goes off once I turn off the breaker to make sure that it's the right switch. I turn it off on the breaker circuit. Alright, I turned off the breaker and the light is turned off, so looks like I hit the right switch. So let's start removing this real quick. Alright, now what you want to do is I took the caps out to take the wires out. I'm going to put those back again and then tape them. Alright, after trying a few things, I noticed that I'm going to be using some of this kit pieces and some of this kit pieces. I'm not going to be using this piece that's supposed to go on top of this due to the I don't have enough space, so I'm not going to have that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have this. I'm going to have this attached behind it, and then because just for color matching, I'm not even going to use these 2 pieces. Instead of that, I'll be using these 2 pieces right here, which is exactly the same thing. So that's what's going to be happening is this one, I'm going to go here, this nut going to go in the back right here somewhere to lock those 2 up. And then I'm going to be putting this plate like this, and if whatever this sticks out, I'm going to tie this on top of it. That's the whole idea. Alright, so I'm going to be installing this plate like I showed you before into here. So I just put 1 screw in there, and I'm going to put another screw right here into the second hole. Alright, so I had to install this plate right here, and then I just put the wires behind this. So pretty much I put 2 screws in here, one here, and this middle bolt. So now let's move on to the next step now. Alright, for the next one, what I'm going to do is put this thing, hexagon, put it right here, and then I'll put this plate on top of it. And then next step is to hanging the other hardwares. Alright, I'm just gonna tie it with this tool. That even if I want to, I can unscrew this thing. And plus, this is not gonna rotate. This is not gonna be rotating part. I'm gonna put another link that will rotate, so there's no chance of unscrewing this thing while it's jumping. So it's pretty tight, secured. Alright, so next thing is I'm gonna install this link that connects this with that top hook. This hook with that top. So I'm just gonna insert this thing in first. And then I'm gonna insert this into here. So you can see how I have it connected this into this link and then this hook right here upside down. And the reason I want it upside down because I want to make sure that this thing locks securely, so that's why I'm doing upside down. Alright, now next is I'm gonna get the long link and attach that to that. Alright, so I'm gonna just hang this link. Alright, there was a change of plan. Initially I had a smaller spring-loaded link, and so I decided when I used it, it wasn't big enough, so I'm gonna use the bigger one now. So I got this big one, and I'll show you where exactly I'm talking about that I'm having issue. Alright guys, after installing it and going through a few different sizes of spring links due to the size, this is what it looks like. So I have the light fixture mount here, the hanging light or chandelier, and then I have just a regular link connector, and then I have this is another one of a spring type which actually rotates because I wanted to make sure that the swing can rotate and it doesn't generate any rotation or moment on this attachment right here when the kid is spinning around on the bottom. And then I just have regular link, chain link, or chain actually. And then when you come down here, this is where I had to change a couple of different size of spring link due to the it didn't fit initially, so I had to increase the size of these two spring link right here. And then also I had to go really big size on this one right here, which I'll put it on the description exactly what part I used. And so the reason I installed this too is to make sure this thing doesn't rotate or swing back and forth. And this is just to kind of, this is taking all the loads. And then I installed the jumper, baby jumper on the bottom. We tested it a couple of times. We put a baby in there, and so far everything works out fine. There's no issue. We took a picture of this top assembly right here to make sure that we can detect any changes over the time by comparing picture versus what's actually happening. So just as a safety measure. And another thing, I just want to make sure that this is what I feel it's safe for my kid. I wouldn't try it, don't take my word for it. Make sure you do all the calculations, how much load it requires and what's the impact load is, to make sure that it qualifies to have a 70-pound total combined load on that connection right there. And so I went through it. And if you're trying to install this, make sure you check all that, and just wanted to say it, I'm not responsible for any issue you come across. So this is just what I did and what works for me. Another thing I'm gonna say, what I noticed is I cannot use this as a swing, because if I try to use a swing, then the load up here kind of changes its direction. Instead of facing downward, it goes to the more horizontal. And with that said, it changes the entire situation, so I don't let baby swing too much. So that's something, my tips, and this is what works for me. Hopefully, after you do your checks and safety checks for your baby, it works for you too.